everybody. How are you all doing? How's your week going? How is everything? Welcome to Isabella Bank's YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Harry, Meghan, and their level up journey. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Who's here? Hello, Rafaela. Hello, Jenny Barnes. Hello, Dawn. How are you keeping? Hello, Lady Rose. Hello, Marcia. How you been? See, it feels like it's been a long time since I last saw you here. How are you keeping? I hope you are good. As per usual, a lot is going on with the British media. They're all aflutter because Prince Harry is in the UK. And King Charles is being the petty man that he is. Let's talk about it. Okay, but before we go ahead to talk about it, okay, Marcia says I've been busy but watching on replay. Okay, that's nice. Please, who has all of last weekend? I was so completely engrossed in the rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I know I should not be so focused on it at my big age, but I just found it so interesting. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been so focused on growing my YouTube channel that I got a bit bored. And so this was kind of like a welcome distraction, something interesting to do. Maybe I was a bit bored, but I have not been so invested in two grown men beefing as I was in the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Kendrick delivered premium entertainment, and Drake must have felt like he was being cut. He was dying a death of 1,000 knives because the raps, should I say, the singles that were released by the diss tracks released by both of them were just optimally high level rap songs. Little Mac says Common calls Drake Canada. Canada Dry. Oh my god. It was so interesting. I felt so embarrassed to be so invested in something so ridiculous, but it was so interesting to see them both. And I when the beef first started, I wanted to say, you know what? I think I identify with Kendrick's personality because I am that kind of person. I am easygoing until I'm not. I quickly draw a line in the sand for people. I have learned to protect my boundaries very quickly and firmly. Um, but I used to think that that meant being aggressive, but I have gone way past that point now, to the point where I no longer feel it's necessary to be angry or aggressive. I just say what I have to say and keep it moving. And you're either with me or you're not. That's it. Don't exert any energy trying to convince you to come over to my way of thinking. So that is how I thought, because Kendrick, his energy is really laid back, you know. I think that was what I was thinking when heard Euphoria. But and even 616 in LA still had a bit of that, but getting harder. By the time Meet the Grahams hit, I was like, woo, okay, this is me at optimal level. This is pushing it now, but okay, fine. Not like us. I'm sorry. Sorry, Meet the Grahams. mm, I tapped out at that point. I was just like, okay, this is the person you don't want to be having a disagreement with. This is the person you don't want to be having a disagreement with. Like, and the funny part is that he warns Drake over and over, don't do this. Let's just keep it friendly. Let's just keep it friendly. But Drake now feeling like he is too famous and too rich and too popular, just walked straight into the trap Kendrick had kept waiting for him. Uh, do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Hi, Connie Balmer. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Connie Balmer in Baron's voice. Lakiva. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? So, guys, if you're not on TikTok, I think it is worth going on to TikTok, because I think that TikTok is um, the place where pop culture is discussed. It seems like once it's dropped, it goes. Everyone who wants something to go viral very quickly goes to distribute it on TikTok, and then that's how I keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on in society. So, uh, did any of you listen to the songs? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comment section. Did you listen to Drake and the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick? Do you even know what I am talking about? But anyway, it was epic, and I was glad to be alive to witness it. We hear a lot about these kind of things, like people reference the beef between Tupac and who was he beefing with in the 80s, and Ja Rule and 50 Cent. Um, so to be able to witness this in real time, it really felt like I was watching history happening before my very eyes. Same way, I mentioned this only because it's the same way I feel about what's happening with Harry and Meghan. It's like they are paving a path for themselves in a way that hasn't been seen being done successfully before now. Anyway, bringing it back to the beef between Kendrick and Drake. So the streets are saying that Kendrick won the rap beef. And even have the art of dialogue. He's the one who usually has P. Diddy's bodyguard on his YouTube channel. Um, so the art of dialogue said Drake's clothing store shop was vandalized in the UK. Someone sprayed "They're not like us" on the front window. So front of the shop window. So it's just a bit of fun. It was fun. I think all fun and games. I think until was it last night until this morning, where it says it appears that gunshots were heard in Drake's home, and a security guard was said to have caught a bullet, and was rushed to the hospital. If you want to hear a perfect diss record, you should listen to Nas either. Oh, okay. I think I've listened to it, but I'll go back to remind myself. But I did hear Remy Ma's one, Shida. I know that it was derived from Nas's one, and that's how he even got um, her version taken down because she based her version on his. But yeah, Yalibi ND says, why are they beefing? Can't they share the fame? This is ridiculous for real. Mm. Dawn says, I saw something that suggested the weekend may have had something to do with the shooting, but I haven't looked into it. I think what it is obvious. Well, to be fair, I am sounding like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. So let me just first of all put that out there for those people who are professors in this area. Okay. Hi, Sussex Spotlight. Hi, nice to see you again. But I have listened to the various reactions and breakdowns of people on TikTok, and apparently it started off as a friendly, because that's kind of what they do in rap. They do rap battles all the time, and when you're doing rap battles, of course, you take the Mickey. That's a very English expression. You take the piss out of each other, but you never really go too far. Like you might just, um, fade each other every now and then. Talk about your hair, your attributes, your whatever, but Kendrick, man, he went everywhere. There's nowhere he did not go. He talked about his mother, he talked about his son, he talked about his father, he talked about um, the fact that Drake has a daughter he has been hiding from the public. There's nowhere he didn't go. He likes hoes, he thinks he's a woman. He's he is P. Diddy's brother. There is nowhere he didn't go. It was very exciting for the entertainment value. Hi, Sussex Love. How are you doing? Good to see you here today. Hi, Roslyn. But anyway, I was Sussex Love. I was just talking about the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick. It was so bad that I think that I did not sleep at all on Sunday because I was just watching all the new diss tracks coming in, and the reactions and analysis were just crazy. And you know what? After Kendrick dropped 4 diss tracks to Drake's 2 on this round of it all, what is crazier is that there's another producer who Drake dissed called Metro. And Drake offhandedly said to him, Metro, shut up and go and make some beats. So Metro said, go make some beats, right? Okay. And then he produced a diss beat. And the unfortunate thing, or should I say fortunate thing, the beat he produced is so catchy. Listen, it's in my head. Even when I'm sleeping now, I hear the diss beat in my head, like BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. I don't know, Reese. Kendall comparing it to pedo, that went too far. Then you get some loose kind of thing they can do a drive by. As I said, I am not a professor in this at all. So I don't know, but um, I don't reckon that that's kind of how they think about it because uh, the fact that someone is compared to a P Diddy doesn't mean that people would just randomly do a drive by. There must be a deeper conversation that has actually not been shared with the public for that to be the reason why that would happen. And Kendrick is doing in the hip hop what Kat was doing in comedy, and generally he's speaking on the truth and asks the valid question. What does OVO stand for other than other? Oh my days! Oh my days! I feel like such a miscreant dealing with this, but it's just too juicy. It's the gist of it all. Listen, and the best thing I could tell you is if you're interested in this kind of thing, go to TikTok. Where you fall through down that rabbit hole, you will be suitably enlightened as to the beef. Hey, Adrian, nice to see you. Anyway, for the beef going on in the UK, which is, I feel like we're entering a different phase of the beef. And it is the beef, it's the stage at where the Sussexes are now getting a stronger grip on their own story. They had it, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of noise, a lot of dust, a lot of dust, and so you couldn't really see how much what we knew. Like in theory, yes, the Sussexes have always had control of the story, their own story. But now we see them actually gaining ground in taking control of their narrative. I know that the media are still reporting, at least in the UK, are still reporting negatively on them, but what I see happening is that they're making the UK media irrelevant to their story. So that just makes things that's taking them to a different dimension in this whole thing. Because now, if for instance, if the UK media want to know what Harry and Meghan are doing in Nigeria, they don't have direct access to Harry. They have to go through either Harry's team or go through Nigerian team. And the Nigerian team, I'm sure that's not I'm not talking about the Nigerian Invictus Games team. I'm talking about the Nigerian media now. The Nigerian media, I'm sure, have always been on the back foot that in terms of power distribution between the UK and Nigeria, if when they're at events together. So right now, I'm sure that the Nigerian media team must be enjoying themselves to the maximum because they have the power at this point in time. They have more power over the media. And for once, if the media want access, they're going to have to play ball. So it's a power shift in the dynamics. I love it for Harry and Meghan. I love it for the Nigerian media team. Anyway, so they're reporting and saying Harry has landed in the UK. And but they're still talking about Harry's landed in the UK, but the Duchess will join him later in the week, right? Um, we even, as usual, you had the once that news dropped because Harry just popped up on them. I'm sure that they were covering the airports, trying to figure out when he was going to be coming in, if he was going to be coming in. Remember, Harry never confirmed publicly that he would be coming into the UK for the Invictus Games, or I didn't see any statement of him confirming. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Um, but I didn't see any statements of him confirming that he will be coming to the UK. So right now, it appears he just popped up on them, but they must have realized that he entered into the country at one point, because there is a video of him arriving at the venue where the Invictus Games conversation was being held in honor of the 10th year anniversary. That means that at some point, someone knew or saw that Harry was in town and they had started to stalk him again. So this article actually happened a couple of days ago, but I bring it up just because it's kind of connected to what we're talking about today, and the sheer audacity of the author of this article, where they're saying Meghan Markle urged to rethink major decision as she seeks to cut ties with UK. And that, as if that was not bad enough, imagine calling Megan bitter and angry because she decides to remove herself from your abuse. And and while you are calling you while you want her to come to the UK, you're still calling her bitter and angry. So it's either you don't know how to talk, in which case I should not expose myself to your ignorance. Oh, you do know what you're talking. You do know how to talk, but you just choose to use abusive language towards me. In which case, the end result is the same. I still need to remove myself from your presence. So, uh, the end result is the same. But just look at this article where they say Meghan has been branded bitter and angry over her rift with the royal family, with claims surfacing that she's indicating a permanent break from the UK. I mean, what did they expect was going to happen? And I'm going to say, as usual, when it comes to Harry and Meghan, I know I have a different opinion from the rest, or from a lot of people, but I don't think that it's going to be permanent. I think that they're waiting to build themselves to the point where they're impenetrable and they fortify themselves. And when they are ready, they will come to the UK, because Harry still got family here. And when they're ready, they will come. They are waiting to nullify the impact of the royal family's power over them before they come to the UK. Anyway, so this they say continue and say since the royal exit in 2020, Meghan's UK visits have been sparse and tensions with the firm have simmered. Royal commentator Tom Quinn suggests her absence is a clear message of no return. Well, we have since established that the royal reporters have no idea of what Harry and Meghan are doing. They are just making things up as they go because Harry and Meghan are great clickbait and they make them great income. Uh, I think Harry and Meghan's current strategy of ensuring that they had their own spokesperson in the UK who can catch developing stories and nip them in the bud is excellent. And I'm going to share what they did with you in the slides that are coming up. We also had this person say Meghan has been slammed for not wanting to support Harry in upcoming important event. Well, we all know what that is about, so there's nothing to be concerned but with. But as you guys know, it's not even worth really talking about. But as you guys know, I like to discuss both sides of the aisle just so that we keep an eye on when stories developing that could be potentially harmful to Harry and Meghan. So, and then to let you know, as I was saying, the next article which caught my attention was this one, which indicated that Prince Harry was in the UK and would not be meeting with his father due to his father's full schedule, right? So, this reminded me of this article I found on Twitter from last year, March 2023, when it was said that King Charles was pretending to be too busy to see his son. Remember when Harry came to the UK for his court case? And the cut had already used the same headline or a similar headline last week. Look at their own article. It was 29th of April 2024. And it says King Charles reportedly too busy to hang with Prince Harry. Look at the language they used as well. Very slangish. But it's fine. These what is happening is that they're losing their grip, they've lost their control over Harry's, even his psyche. He is not impacted or affected by what they're doing by in any way, shape, or form. So it doesn't even really matter what they say or do. Before we continue, I extend a warm invitation to join our vibrant society, or rather community. If you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button. Also, for everyone, new new subscribers, people who have been here before, and my returnee subscribers, please can you click the like button? Click the like button so that we give this video a great chance of reaching a wider audience. As you know, that is one of the ways in which the videos are recognized by YouTube's algorithm. On this channel, we don't just skim the surface of the news, we delve into implications, sometimes analyze it, and sometimes take action. Like today is Activism Tuesday. So, after we're done discussing the Sussex news, we will be doing gentle activism work. So, whether you're just seeking updates, analysis, or seeking to engage, there's something here for everyone. If you visited my channel before but you haven't subscribed, welcome back. I was checking my analytics the other day, and I must say thank you to everyone who subscribes or who is a recent subscriber. Thank you for answering the call. But do you guys know that I had 30,000 new viewers this month? Where are they? Where are they? If I had 30,000 new viewers this month, then how come I only have 3,000 subscribers on my channel? Seriously, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. A lot of people, in fact, I was the same when I used to watch YouTube videos without being a YouTuber. I didn't realize how important it was. It's quite important to subscribe to the channels that you enjoy watching because it just helps the channel's growth and it helps the income generation on that channel. Okay, so go ahead, click the subscribe button, and just in on our journey. All right, so let's carry on. So, guys, this beef that we're talking about between Harry and King Charles, the Royal Rota tried to spin it. They tried to make it seem as though Harry had not even made any requests for a meeting. Which would, you know what, Harry and the royal family, if I look at it closely, I would say that they have both been playing a PR game. The King Charles, they didn't want to initially come out and say they wanted to cut Prince Harry off because that would have caused a lot more people, they would have lost support, especially among the younger people who are Prince William's people. They need to be able to cater to all the generations in the UK. And they are aware that the younger generation actually prefer Harry and Meghan. So they have gradually, done their best to highlight all the reasons why Harry and Meghan need to be disliked by everyone. And then when they do these stupid polls that they do, then they try to say Harry and Meghan, they are the not at all popular. Okay, we're going to take their house away from them, so that the old guard will say, yes, you need to take their house away from them. They are this and they are that, whatever it is that they're being accused of this time. Mm. So this article says, what does it say? Um, Yet, amidst all of this activity, it looks as though there will be no time to meet his younger son, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. Harry is due to be in London ahead of Thursday's service at St. Paul's Cathedral in honor of the Invictus Games, his project for wounded, injured, and sick former service personnel. But I'm told that father and son will not see each other on this occasion, that there have been no requests for a meeting. See there? Do you guys remember that Harry and Meghan recently recruited a communications person in the UK? Well, when that article dropped, this one here, that person, I believe, was the one who said they also sent out a statement saying the Duke of Sussex will not meet the King this week. The Telegraph will reveal Prince Harry, 39, landed in London on Tuesday morning and made no secret of his hopes to see his father. But a spokesperson for the Duke said, in response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet with his father while in the UK this week, it unfortunately will not be possible due to His Majesty's full program. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon. Right. The appointed town criers proclaimed the news all over social media. And they even put out this article, which sets out a couple of King Charles's various appointments where that he is expected to attend this week, right? All I'm saying is what this person said on Twitter. Prince Harry is back. I need a repeat of last year's energy, please. And Prince Harry's real brother told this story on Insta, right? I'll read it to you quite quickly. It's quite interesting, so bear with. He said, one day while a snake was crawling through a tool shed, it brushed against a saw that was on the ground and injured itself. Thinking it was a threat, it snapped back and bit the saw, severely wounding its mouth. Blinded by anger for being hurt, it decided to enact revenge on the saw by suffocating it, right? So it wrapped around the saw and started squeezing with all its might. The poor snake kept cutting itself on the saw until it died. If only it had ignored the cut and moved on, it would have stayed alive. At the end of the day, the moral of the story is when we react viscerally with anger and condemn those who have wronged us, we end up hurting ourselves the most. In life, it's sometimes better to ignore some situations and people's insults because the consequences can be irreversible and catastrophic. Control your anger, forgive the people who have wronged you, and don't give them power over you. Who doesn't want someone like this in their corner? You want the people who can keep you grounded, keep you calm, keep you in a state of mind which allows you to achieve and not regret. So I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. At the end of the day, no matter what King Charles has done, for his own sake and for the sake of his children, Harry has done what he needs to do, which is to forgive his father. I love the fact that every time he comes into the UK, he requests a meeting because at the end of the day, he is now from the outside looking in. It looks like he is the mature person in the room. He is the one who keeps trying to reunite with his family, whereas it should be the father trying to reunite his whole family, but he's doing it for him. And I love the fact that he did not just react angrily. And I love the fact that he has a friend like this who keeps him calm. Like, okay, I know that because all we are seeing is what we are seeing from the outside and it already looks bad. Can you imagine what Harry is seeing? Like, he's the one in the situation. Can you imagine what he is seeing himself in this situation? Dana says, I followed M over the years. She set boundaries, which is why no security in place. She will not visit the UK until she's secure in her stay. You can't disappoint someone if there is no expectation. Lovely. Hello, Isabel. Hi, Joy. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Marvin Cato says, the streets are blaming Camilla for not seeing Harry. Girl, it's hot for her out here. Wonder how the palace is going to spin it. I don't even think she might have said something, and that would hit the streets if someone has leaked the fact that she said something. But is it really her fault? Charles is not a baby. If he wanted to see his son, he would. If the Queen could arrange to see Harry and Meghan without the rest of the royal family knowing about it, King Charles could do the same if he wanted to do so. Adrian says they all know the dirt Charles has done to Harry, but everything is Harry's fault. But what they say about Harry, they're really talking about Charles. Yes, absolutely. And they're going to keep on doing so. Let's always remember to look at this from the perspective of the court cases. The court cases. They're hoping to be as evil as they can to Harry and Meghan in the hope that there is something they can say or do to Harry, or their businesses, to their family that will make them drop that court case. Babe, this king is awful father. Yep, 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 yep. Charles is a bad father. He did so much wrong to Harry and even William. I hope Charles is filled with regret when he dies. What sadness! A king who God brought through a very serious sickness that has killed thousands of people all over the world, yet this father couldn't see his son for a few minutes. What a father. I think that they've been trying to get Harry to do something, and the only thing that I can think of is the court case. And Harry has refused to do so, and they say, right, okay, if you're not going to do that, then the smear campaign continues and we're going to keep humiliating you where we can. And Harry has accepted that as the punishment for whatever. Meanwhile, he remains focused on his family and building his life up. If you're just joining us and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead to do so. I just explained for those people who don't consider that it is important, how important subscribing to Sussex friendly channels are. It does help in every way. Thank you. Go ahead to subscribe if you haven't done so. If you haven't hit the like button, please go ahead to hit the like button as well. The algorithm, YouTube algorithm shows our videos to more people when there are higher likes on the videos. Thank you. Uh, Absolutely right, Isabella. Charles clearly does not want to abuse, just does not want to because he continues to be a horrible human being and even worse father. Hello, Kathy Gabby. How are you? I think Charles believes any public show of humanity towards Harry and Meghan would be seen as a sign of weakness. He therefore goes on with this show of punishment as a sign of strength. He's also playing to those people. You see that when the okay, I'm going to put a video on my Instagram page so you can go there and have a look at it. You see when they're reporting on the fact that King Charles has refused to see Harry, they are reporting with so much relish. Oh, King Charles has decided that he's not going to see Harry. Good for him. Good for him. They forget that King Charles, well, they don't forget, actually. Uh, to me, they just play acting because King Charles finds himself having to do whatever the rota, the media are asking him to do, no matter what it is. I think because of what they've got on them and the royal family, and the fact that the royal family depend on the media for their very existence. Harry is trying to show them that you don't need the media for your very existence, but they're insistent that they do. So, time will tell. January is coming, isn't it? January 2025 is when the trial for the son is due to begin. So, let's see what that would be like. Okay. Um, Charles lacks a conscience, so he won't regret. History will not be kind to Charles. Harry is the victor. Yes, absolutely. James O'Brien calls the royal rota and tabloid rats vampires. I include Charles on that. I hope Harry and Meghan's security are up to it. I worry about that sometimes, and I always pray for them. Amen. I know that they will be. Let's not forget that Harry is ex-military. He now, especially through Invictus, post his military days, has made a lot of contacts within the military. He doesn't even need this security that he's dragging the UK about. He's just trying to make a point, you know. Harry, do you guys remember that photograph of Harry with the NATO chiefs and their family? Harry has access to all sorts, all sorts. Diana said when Harry was born and Charles made a remark about his hair, something in her died. Yeah, yeah. But what I love is that he's going through this process. At the end of the day, Prince Harry has forgiven his family and he's showing it in every fiber of his being. He's being really smart in the sense that he is not just reacting, giving the knee-jerk reaction. Um, he is able to move about freely to do his stuff because he doesn't carry the burden of unforgiveness in his heart. And if he is trying to maintain his relationships, he's keeping his options open. and he is doing the work he needs to do on himself, because the end of development is not just noticing those who are against you, but figuring out how to live with them in the world. So, Cupcake and the Tiffy Gatches world says he needs the security. His security can carry guns while in the UK. This is why he's still fighting for real access security. Yes and no. I think life is very layered. I'm talking from a layered perspective, in the sense that, yes, on the surface, to me, and when I thought about it deeply, I might be wrong though, and you might be absolutely right. I do give room for that. But on the surface, let's not pretend that they don't have these private security, these black market securities, uh, who are ex agency people. Do you really think that with all the money Harry has, that he has not recruited any of those kind of people who are keeping an eye? You will probably have security who are by his side, and he will have security who are watching him from wherever, who are able to do, who are like black ops. I can't imagine having that kind of money and not also being able to recruit those kind of people who are ex CIA, who have contacts with people who have access to this information. So I this is why I said it's in layers. Right now, I think he is going through the process of putting the record of his security being taken away from him on the record. The royal family being part of the people who allowed his security to be withdrawn even before it was time for the Sandringham agreement to be reviewed. He's putting all of this information on the record because he's got children, and who are coming up behind him, who's who should have been able to access some of these benefits which they have withdrawn from him. Oh, hi, Robert. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And Marcia Delvis says Charles has always ordered Harry. What a cruel man, who is the head of the Church of England. Yep, yep. You said it all. Hi, Gwen. How are you? Prince Harry need the security because they will have information only they can get. Yes, there is that. But as I said, I believe that he and other coordinating spy agencies will have access to that same information. All of this is just drama he's putting on the record for the sake of his children coming up behind him. He doesn't even really need their security, to be honest. Uh, Cupcake says he don't need black ops. He's high profile and he's trying to do things legally. He mentioned why he need access to royal level protection that his private security don't have access to. Okay, that's fine. As I always say on this channel, we're grown up people here and we can agree to disagree on things. Like, this is your stand. Okay, that's fine. I accept it. Now, my own stand is different from yours. So let's agree to disagree. Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. So this is the first of two videos that I'm doing today. I am going to end this one here and I will be back in 10 to 15 minutes with the second video. I will see you there. Um, so just like Drake's career, Prince Harry has brought the endless speculations as to whether or not he's going to be visiting his father to a screeching halt. And for me, that is boss moves 101. Stay tuned for the second video in about 10 to 15 minutes because there's more to discuss. We've got more about the Invictus Games in our next video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep calm and keep focused. Cynthia Steer says, Wizzy, do you think the UK can afford harm to come to Prince Harry while he's in the UK? The world is watching. They cannot afford for Princess Diana to be harmed in the UK. Let's discuss it in the next video coming up in about 10 minutes. Okay. All right. See you soon.